Alright, here I am. I'm starting the next section of School of the Mind, and I'm finding locations in and around London with interesting backgrounds, and then I'm gonna just do motion. So now we're moving to School of Motion, which will involve mind, and I hope you're gonna enjoy this. It's a test piece, and eventually I'm hoping to get a kind of bunch of people to do this work, and it's just design compositions on the spot. But it was practicing it myself a little bit, so I have something to show you on the Glitch Factory, and then I might go to the park and have a sign up to see who else would be interested. There's going to be a section where at some point we each contribute to the dance moves, trying to get in sync. Then there'll be a moment when I'll call free, and when we just all dance in our own style. Still a lot to construct, along with another thing that I'm working on, and this is part of the whole. So I test the pieces, and then they're going to be put into a larger model that I'm currently working on. I'm gonna tell you, naturally, I'm a little bit nervous, so just bear with me, because I'm just doing this for the first time, but I'm gonna try and get into kind of my flow mode, and I'm gonna try and think about what this mural means to me and King Street, and I'm just gonna try and get my mind going, so bear with me. Sounds inside of the tunnel, they're really getting into my head, but I'm still trying to get some kind of motion pattern going. Oh, cool. Yeah, I am. I'm actually right now. Okay, I am still not, though I am just not getting this as full and as big as it could be. Alright, keep with me, stay with me. Yeah, feel free to, yeah, it's not quite there yet. Don't worry, it's scratching still. Not bad. You know, really critical, everyone. It's getting there. And I am being too hard on myself. This is actually a kind of conversation, and I have seen many dances that are working relative. This is just phase one, just starting off here. And that's it. You want to try? Just move it any way you want. What else on this map? Make it casual. There you go. There you go. Well, there you go. That's the first School of Motion. Alright, so here's my second environment as a designer, composer, artist. It's a little embarrassing to be doing this and hoping people don't think you're nuts, but really, I am practicing also the scientific experiment or theory of relativity in relation to motion, but not motion of objects like we know with Sir Isaac Newton, more with the motion of my own body as a whole in relation to other people, in relation to these artworks and these spaces, which are some of the most interesting. And I'm trying to get in a zone where they affect the way in which I dance. But if I get too into myself, unfortunately, not narcissistically, but as a scientist, and me being my own guinea pig, I'm not going to let this space come into my expression. So certainly this is not nuts, this is just innovation. And you can see, instead of a dance floor, usually they make them on springboard, so there's plenty of spring in wood. and the studio models are beautiful and they have mirrors. So I have significant challenges by bringing my dance composition and design idea out here. And then, as I said, eventually I'm going to see if I can get a team of people that are interested in this kind of dance. But it only is going to stay very small. This is copyrighted and it's part of a bigger build, of course. So please don't steal my ideas. And it's the antithesis or inspired by the flash mob, except it's more design oriented and composition oriented, and it's not so huge and giant, although I always loved the flash mobs. So it's a little bit more contained. Unfortunately, it's just me right now, and that's because I'm in the test phase. So take in this, drink in this beautiful, beautiful scenery, and then if you want to play this on YouTube, you can imagine you're here and do your dance and integrate this visual with your own home, just so you're not bored, because I just hate you just sitting and watching the TV. So I'm hoping this is going to inspire you. Look at this. Now, here's another wall. And I really wanted to, in my imagination, splat myself against that fence and take an instant, like a still, but then I decided I was getting too negative. So I love the metaphor of the dark circus and all those no trespassing signs. So instead, I'm here, and maybe sometimes you'll just see my feet. And the object is the camera. But I am still living. That's all. Right. Okay, now I've moved to this environment, which is the park, and I'll tell you honestly, it's a beautiful wind kind of caressing me, and I'm not really feeling very flow dance now. And it's not because of what I'm staring at. It's just that I've been doing this a little bit out in the public, and I'm a much more kind of private dancer person. So I think this time I'm going to add music, because I think that's going to help me get more into kind of dance. And when you do these things spontaneously, it's no one's fault. It's just that I am a bit of an introvert. So I think what I need now to keep myself kind of on the right path and keep it dance and motion. This is School of Motion. Mixing it, some Tai Chi, some conversation-like kind of moves. But I am kind of losing the dance rhythm side of it, like I said. So now I'm going to put that object in, and I'm trying to, in my own mind, because you know I'm really more about the peace side, I'm trying to integrate it without being disrespectful of it, because I believe it's always a complicated piece, and I do believe sometimes you have to fight. So and I also am respectful of all the unknown soldier and all the soldiers that do fight out there. So if I go off base, it could be my personal, and I'm certainly wanting us to have less war zones in our world. That is my movement and what I'm thinking. But if I start to get small in my own mind and start taking it personal, then I'm going to start being a bit of a hater myself. And this is supposed about me finding love, light, hope to send out in the bigger picture. So forgive me, because you can't ever really completely move yourself out of yourself, because that's not right. You'll end up not feeling well. So I'm going to be true to myself, but you know, I'm perfectly human. By the way, there's a pride parade on today, so I'm gonna go over and stand to watch. And of course, I believe in human rights, but I don't believe any one group has more voice than the other. And I don't like the word pride. I like humble. But I do want to be there. And I am an introvert, so I'd be mortified to go in a parade. But strength to the extrovert gay people. Okay. So I'm going to be there, but quietly, of course. And then here, I'm so happy it just happened to happen on this day. And I'm talking about, again, the School of Motion. So I'll take a few pictures of the motion that you're going to see over in the parade, because I hope it's not going to be marching. So that might be interesting. And that'll be the ad for School of Motion. That'll be the community. So here's me going with the personal, and I hope I'm not babbling on too long for you. So let me just get to my playlist here. And I am keeping you like pretty much here, so bear with me. And oh no, I'm sorry. I've got to say Together We Are One. I got to try and dance to that one. This is by Serena Ryder. Can you hear? Oh, I'm sorry. Hope I don't screw it up. I'm a bit scared. I actually danced all around and on top of the tank, and I didn't record it because when I looked at it, it was way too far away and you can't see me, but it was a ball. So there you go, interact with objects in a way that means something to you. Happy Expression Day. There we go. I love the music. So I was just saying freedom of education, freedom to be educated, no matter what financial background, whatever creed, culture, or whatever gender, you should have the ability to go into an educational system if you qualify or you so like. And so freedom of education, I like that. I'm bringing it into this human rights. I've extended all of my lonely here. I've extended the meaning, but they're the originators, so if they hadn't done this, I wouldn't be doing this, and probably everyone would be happy that I wasn't. They probably wish I would shut up. But anyway, it's an opportunity. I always see an opportunity to have more, especially on the human rights front. Because Canada and London, I mean, we need to be part of the national lead, part of the global movement towards the good, right?
Thank you.
Oh, sure. Oh, Scouts. Good. Anyone can go. I have one. This is actually really fun. I'm finding myself getting into this, not because I'm in any way gay, but because I found my niche. I found my way of personally getting into this thing in a way that I could express what I felt and felt good about it. So for me, that's what I was able to morph it so that it would come in line with my personal belief systems, because every time you go to a parade or anything, you can't just accept it. You have to really make it your own. Otherwise, you're just faking it, and we're just looking at costumes and things. But this time they really gave me a chance to think deeply about some issues that are important to me. So I like that, and I'm really happy I got here, and I really am no one, I don't matter, but
we now have some beautiful
I have this camera and I want to share it. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, no problem.
We'll start with you, Paul.
Good. Of course. I always just get concerned about the family issue, though, because kids are very young. They get a little worried about that expansion with the gay rights movement. And I'm not anti it. I really feel like sometimes you have to just not really, sometimes when you do change a gender that wasn't the one that you were given with birth, you do lose some things. It doesn't mean you automatically get to expand family, and I'm gonna get hit on that one, but really, I as an artist didn't get a lot of things. I didn't get a lot of things because I chose to write in the way I wrote, and a lot of things were taken away from me, and you can't always have all the treats in the basket. But I hope you get a lot. So that's it. And one of the more issues that's more controversial for me is do gay couples yet get to adopt children and raise them in a family? And I have taught in that way before, and I'll tell you, the children, to be honest, and you can kick me all you want, they were completely confused. Completely confused. And all the kids were being really nice and very accepting. The teachers were being very tolerant, but I can see they were really having a lot of trouble with it personally. So you can kill me, but everything else is great. But if you're going to start expanding into a family model, I don't know. I should shut up. It's selfish. But human rights, yay! I gotta say that. That's all. But I like everything. And who am I? I look at these costumes. I love the way they've done this. I just have to say that I'm sorry, because I've seen it in real life across countries, and I really believe kids have enough to cope with right now. Inside of the other models themselves, and inside those models too. So. All right, be quiet now before I get called names. Here we go. They have good music here. I love the music. Look at the movement. Oh, that's a great costume. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. You must have spent a lot of time getting that together. Oh, sorry. Maybe they don't like me though. I hope I don't get sued. There's a Canadian flag you just saw popped in there. Okay. Wow, that was a good one. Right to my camera. Little girl dancing to the music. Some people just coming for the music. She's looking at the trees a little bit at the parade. Whoop. I'm describing that because I'm not putting her on my film. And she stopped a bit.
Whistle, saluting, speed to 5. Whistle. Happy Pride, everyone!
Hello, happy Human Rights Day. Yay, LGBT. Yay, human rights. Right to choose. Yay, yay. Freedom of speech. Yay! Freedom to parade. Freedom to speak. Yay! Freedom of speech. Yay! Freedom to express and not be kicked out of a library for it. How come how come you guys would probably get this and I get kicked out of a library because I do a fantastic, brilliant art installation? Freedom to speak, freedom to do art without being mowed down by public officials in a public space. Yay! They're so rad, I love them. You can tell I'm still burning about that library thing. 3 months I got no trespassing order. And look at this, they get to walk the street. I am, I'm actually jealous of them. I'm jealous. They're wonderful. Look, they get to and I just wanted to build a display that was this genius thing based on research from the masters and many books, and it was related to books, and it was fantastic. They not only took it down, it's probably in the garbage somewhere, they also charged me with trespassing. I can't go back to the library for 3 months, which is the place I love the most. Freedom of expression! And I went through everyone. I went through all the permissions. opportunity during this street parade and this civil movement for LGBT and gay rights. I'm taking the chance to talk about my freedom of expression and how it was completely, my head was completely cut off metaphorically, and it was such a small place. I swear, it was an installation of 200 meters. No, wait, not even that. Okay, let's do feet. 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot. That's all the space it took up in a library that was absolutely huge. There was no, and I went through everyone trying to figure out how to get the permissions for it, but nothing existed in the model. So here I am, like with these people who probably in the beginning had to fight so hard to even get anybody to even recognize them, and look at how far they come. So that's courage. I like their courage, and I wish I had as much. I mean, let me end. No human trafficking at all! Yay! And take journalists out of prisons in countries where there's no freedom of speech! Yay! Thanks, I'm not raining on your parade, just joining the parade. Human rights, yay! Oh wow! Oh my God, that's awesome. Happy Human Rights Day here from the School of Motion, subtitle LGBT, but sure, Human Rights Day is what I'm here for. So I'm just shouting it. Happy Human Rights Day! Hooray for human rights! LGBT is one of those. There's lots of them. Yay for women! Women have been raped. Oh my God! Women's rights, equality, human rights plus LGBT. Hooray! Sorry. Gotta say it. Oh, there's a bubble. And I love you, really. Not in the way that you, but yeah. Human Rights Day. Okay, what else? What other human rights do you want to shout about here in my School of Motion? No persecution of peoples anywhere in the world. Down on persecution of any kind of people for their diversity. Yay, human rights! Yay, LGBT! Yay, equality! Okay. Whoa, motion. Look at that. I'm glad you heard that, teens. Want that one for you. Yay! Happy Human Rights Day! This is too fun. Oh, there's the motion people. Yay. Here we go. School of Motion. There they go. Cool. We're celebrating human rights of all nature, and I'm helping because I'm really an introvert and I can't really get in the parade, and I'm not gay, I'm heterosexual, but I support all human rights. But I'm trying to call out other human rights abuses that I don't like so they can stand for those too. Because, I mean, they've been the bravest group first. They've got a parade going. So I think they can be pretty cool about all kinds of human rights around the world. So let's see what they can do. So let me see, what other human rights abuse without making it dark? Against trafficking children internationally! Human rights for kids! No children trafficking! Yay, human rights! Thank you, LGBT, for giving me this chance to turn this back into a human rights thing, and yours as well. Hooray! Whoopsie. Okay, I better go now because I'm just gonna get in trouble.